Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Jake Paul has a fucking death wish. Get myself. We'll get back to new brand new. Let's get right into it. So, Jake Paul versus Mike Perry happened, and as I expected, Jake Paul won by knockout. And as I expected, like, bro, it wasn't like I knew this was gonna be a tough fight, which it was for Jake Paul because Mike Perry was going down. But I feel like, bro, the hardcore fans who actually know something about boxing knew this. But even some hardcore, like some people, hatred just make them bring that. Because how do you have someone who never fought in boxing, who the last time they fought in boxing was 2016, and just been doing bare knuckles, and they've been doing MMA? You punch differently. You punch with your shoulders in MMA. In boxing, you need to have technique. You have to punch with your whole fucking body. So we all knew that Jake Paul, the hardcore fan, was going to win by knockout. So when that happened, people start getting mad. People start saying this and that, right? But we're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happened after, which totally fucking shocked me. So Jake Paul went out and he caught out everybody. He's been calling out fucking Ryan Garcia. He said that Mike Tyson is happening. I don't know why the Mike Tyson fight is still happening. I'm making another video about that. But what I think makes so much interesting is that he caught out Alex fucking Pereira. He caught out Alex fucking Pereira. Bro, you hear me? He caught out Alex fucking Pereira. Now, bro, does he have a death wish? Cause that's bro. Mike Perry is way different than fucking Alex Pereira. Could that probably be the first person he fought? Is actually his size. It's actually 200. The ass is going down of 230 to 200, right? And also who has experience in boxing. Fucking Alex Pereira used to that boxing fucking miss. He was in boxing. He was in kickboxing. So he's kind of used to having that big ass gloves and knowing how to punch with that big ass gloves. But the only reason that I say Jake Paul has a chance is because he probably seen the videos. Every time we see a video of Alex Pereira fucking sparring with a boxer, he always has his hand down. Always have his hand down. Ready to put his gloves up. And I know that's his form, right? I know that's his form, but that's just bad fucking news. That's how he got knocked out by fucking Izzy. And it's worrying. It is worrying. Because we don't know how good his shin is. And if it just is worrying. That's why Jake Paul knows. And don't come here hating because you thought he was going to lose. Every fighter he fight, you think he's going to lose. He's a Floyd Mayweather, bro. But Jake Paul knows that if he hits Alex Pereira with a good ass fucking right hand, he could knock him out. And he could probably, if they do fight, he's going to get hit some. But most likely Alex Pereira is going to hit him with a left foot. Like it's 80-20% Alex Pereira wins. But it's a win-win for Jake Paul. Like, yes, he most likely get knocked out, but you make a hell of money with that Alex Pereira fight. I would love to see it happen. I just don't think Dana White's going to let that happen, because if Dana White let this happen, it's crazy, because that's your goal right there. That Alex Pereira could be your goal of boxing, but if you let him go out, fight Jake Paul, and if he somehow, remember, it's always a chance. Most likely, like I said, I got Alex Pereira winning by left hook. He's going to time that left hook. But again, his guard is low. He always have a low guard. And in those fucking videos with boxers, you always see him getting tagged with 1-2s. So it could happen with Jake Paul hand with a good ass right and somehow knocks out Alex Pereira. The whole world will go on fire if that happens. And Alex Pereira legacy will just go up in flames. That's why it's not really a good idea for Alex Pereira, but I would love to see it. I love Alex Pereira fucking style. Like, I know it's risky, but the way he uses head movement and the right time, his timing to get up the guards is really fucking good. But like I said, just go look up in that videos. Like when he's sparring against real boxers, he's always getting tagged up because he always have a low guard and he's always leaning back. It's just, it's a dangerous fight. It is a dangerous fight because you always have a chance. And I just want to see it, bro. I'd rather see that than Mike Tyson. We don't need to see the Mike Tyson fight. Why are we still getting this Mike Tyson fight? Nobody wants to see this. And Mike Tyson just getting older. And what happens if you get another medical emergency? I don't want to see that. Nobody want to see that fight. You know the fight I want to see? Alex Pereira versus Jake Paul. Now, we talk about what will happen. Most likely, 9 out of 10, Alex Pereira wins. There's a chance, like I said, Alex has a fucking low guard. There's a chance Jake Paul somehow hits a one overhand and Alex Pereira gets walked with it. Oh my god. Oh shit. But let's talk about if it will ever happen. That's where it's getting complicated. I don't know if it will happen. I don't think Dana White will allow Alex Pereira to. After Jake Paul has been beating all the MMA stars, I don't think in a million years, because you know how Dana White don't fuck with Jake Paul. You know how they kind of have this weird beef. I don't see Dana White letting Alex Pereira, their light heavyweight champion, also aka a potential to be the face of the company, which he already is, and also could be a GOAT status if he does go up and wins at heavyweight. I don't think Dana White is going to allow Alex Pereira to get. Now again, like I said, most likely Jake Paul loses, but there's a chance Jake Paul wins. I don't think Dana White's going to allow that. There's no way Dana White's going to allow that, because it's kind of lose-lose, right? It's kind of lose-lose for Dana White, because yeah, Alex Pereira makes hella bread and it's a big event, but like, you have a lot to lose. I feel like Alex Pereira and the UFC have so much to lose than Jake Paul, because if Jake Paul gets knocked out, that's what we've all been expecting. And his stardom is not going to tank. It's going like, I'm going to respect him for even taking that fight with him. But if Alex Pereira gets knocked out, the whole legacy, UFC Dana White is smart. He's a businessman. He's a businessman, and this business doesn't make sense. Do I see this fight happening? I just don't know. I don't think Dana White's going to allow it. I don't think Dana White's going to let him out of his contract to go fight Jake Paul. And if he's still the light heavyweight champion, that's even less possible. But you say he let Conor McGregor. That was against the GOAT of boxing, what people consider the GOAT of boxing, Floyd Mayweather. If Conor would have been Floyd Mayweather, remember that was a professional fight, bro. Imagine how big UFC Conor McGregor would have been. But if you beat Jake Paul, you don't really got nothing to gain. You do got more eyes to your product, but that's really it. You won't gain, he beat Jake Paul. He won't get the fame or legacy for beating Jake Paul. I mean, us people will probably thank him, like, thank you for knocking out Jake Paul. Like all the haters, which is 90% of Jake Paul fan base. But like I said, I would love to see this fight. I do not think Dana White's going to allow this in a million years. I do see Dana White saying, fuck that. Fuck you, Jake Paul. Alex Pereira, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay here and box. You're going to stay here and fight for the World Heavyweight Champion. But like I said, like, why did Alex Pereira accept that FaceTime call if he's not interested? He's interested in that fight. He don't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, I will get that paycheck. But anyways, guys, that's a whole video. Do you want to see? I want to see Alex Pereira versus Jake Paul. I don't think Jake Paul is going to win. I think he's going to get knocked out, but he has a chance. There's always a fucking chance. 9 out of 10, Jake Paul with his ass kicked. There's a chance. Oh my! The whole world will flip upside down if Jake Paul somehow knocks out Alex Pereira. The only thing is happening if just no. I don't see it happening. But like I said, as Pereira, his guard so always low. He's always getting pieced up against these boxers who have high guard. It's just gonna be an interesting fight. I want to see it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Who you think? I think Pereira should win that. But you think what happened? You think Dana White's gonna allow it? I don't know. Seriously.